We're here at Token2049 with Keith Flynn from Trezor. Can you tell us a little bit about your new Trezor Safe series and the 3, the 5, and what were some of the motivations behind these new wallets?
Of course. So we created the Trezor Safe series to cater for a broader range of users while kind of just making the security aspect of hardware wallets just easy to get through. You know, to eliminate that maybe fear that customers have going from software to hardware. The Trezor Safe 3 came out in October of 2023 and we launched the Safe 5 in June. Trezor Safe 3 is kind of, you know, a very nice entry-level hardware wallet unit. It's quite cheap without sacrificing on security. So great place to start. Trezor Safe 5 has kind of a larger display, it's touch screen. It's there for kind of the customer that wants to use it, interact with it every single day. So it just has a better user experience. As well with the Trezor Safe 5, kind of what you get on top of that is you get haptic feedback, which is quite nice.
You know, it like vibrates in your hand.
Exactly, so you can kind of like feel the action when you're taking it. And you know, it just kind of gives you a bit more confidence when you're interacting with, which is essentially your bank, your own like savings. With the Safe series in general, 2 kind of key points that we've offered with these new devices. The first being the secure element. Secure element is in both devices, and what that does is it enhances the physical security of your Trezor. If someone were to get your hands on your device, well, now it's near impossible for them to extract the private keys. So that's a big improvement on the Safe series. The second thing as well that is an improvement on Safe series is in relation to the new multi-share. So it comes from SLIP39, the Satoshi Labs improvement protocol. And what that allows you to do is when you're onboarding to your new wallet, you'll get the choice of multi-share or the traditional BIP39 word phrase. And if you choose the multi-share one, you get a 20-word recovery phrase, and you can decide either at onboarding or at any point in the future to split those shares up into like 3 or 5 or 7. What that means is that you no longer have one point of failure for your seed phrase, because what could happen in the past is you have it in your house or you have it in a storage and that gets broken into, and then somebody has access to your funds. So this, you can have one in your storage, you can have one in your mother's house, one in your house, and to get your to recover your wallet, you would need like a 2 of 3 or a 3 of 5. So you kind of have a bit more peace of mind. And even on top of that, on top of the multi-share, you could put a passphrase on top, so kind of like password protected, just for that extra bit of security. So these are kind of the motivations behind the Safe 3 and Safe 5 and the Safe series in general. And more features to come for sure.
I remember having a Trezor 1, and you would have these 2 buttons and you would kind of leave it in a bank vault for a while, and every so often you would want to go and access your funds and you'd have to, I don't know, plug it in, put in your passphrase and so on. It was a bit slow. What have you done to make it more of an everyday wallet, and how have users responded to that?
Definitely crypto in general, from when the Model 1 came out to now, like the usability has changed completely. Probably 10 years ago, the only things you could do was store it or buy pizza. Now you can like lend, borrow, do whatever. Like a lot of it has come from DeFi. So with the Safe 5, and now you can do this with the Safe 3 as well. With the Safe 5, just kind of that touchscreen ease of use, UI UX kind of allows you to dip into the DeFi side of things. So if you want to, purchase NFTs or something on OpenSea, or if you want to get memes on Solana or any of these things, definitely the use cases have evolved, and we're evolving with it as well. So not only on the device are we trying to make this easier for customers, but also within the features and within Suite as well. We do want to kind of ensure that there's we cater for the 2 customers. The customer who'll put their Bitcoin on their wallet and then it's into the sock drawer, and then the wallet user who wants to interact every day. Because you do have kind of the, between software wallets, hardware wallets, and now multi-sig wallets, you give different options to different customers. Maybe a customer has $500 on their MetaMask and they want to swap in and out of Matcha really easy. Maybe there's a new coin, like a new low cap coin, and they're like, all right, I'll take a risk on that, €500. But maybe they have a lot of Ethereum or some sort of assets that they don't want on a hot wallet, but they have it on cold wallet. So when the time is right to swap in and out of stables, then they can use their hardware wallet to get in and out of that. And then of course, if there's tinfoil hat reasons that they want to go into multi-sig, like on Ethereum there's Safe, on Solana there's Squads, on Bitcoin there's Unchained, they can use their hardware wallet as different keys for signing off on transactions. So it's definitely like evolved an awful lot over the 10 years, and I mean, we should have a conversation in 10 years again to see what the difference is.
Yeah, I know a lot of people still have their Trezor Model 1 from the very first batch.
Yeah, definitely, because you know, at the end of the day, the security works. Like the idea of just taking your private keys offline, it does the job.
Just going back to something you were talking about earlier was kind of the open source attitude of Trezor, and it's like famously open source since day one. Can you tell us how important that is to Trezor nowadays? And now that you have a secure element, what's your approach been there? Because secure elements most of them are closed source. So how have you got around that?
Good question. So the secure element that's been used is an NDA-free secure element, so it can be audited. Well, in the future, we have, in the Satoshi Labs umbrella, there's Tropic Square, who are working on an open source secure element.
The first in the world.
The first in the world. So yeah, that's quite exciting, and future Trezor devices will use this. So that's future's definitely very bright there. And then again, it's just our commitment all the time to have every aspect open source. For me, I've been a Trezor user since 2019, and I can't read a line of GitHub code, but I can read Reddit posts and forums. Every day there's someone out there looking for an issue or a vulnerability or an improvement or something. Why open source is kind of important is that you not only have one auditor that checked your code, you have a community of auditors that are checking your code weekly, daily, monthly, yearly. So you can feel more secure, even though you can't, or like I say the general you because it applies to me as well. Like I can't read code, but I know I'm happy to take the trust that other people are out there doing that.
There's a big enough incentive there for them
Huge
to
incentive.
hack it, right?
Like if they found the issue, they'd be like #1, hacker in the world. So that's a good thing. The second thing that's really nice about open source is like, in the unfortunate circumstance that anything happened to Trezor, the community can continue with the wallet. The device is all open source, the suite is open source, that connect all these things. So someone can just fork it and start Trezor 2.0 or something.
I think a few people have done that, right?
A few people have done that for sure. But it's just, people can be kind of rest assured when they're putting their money in a device like Trezor that the open source nature of it kind of gives them an extra layer of protection because maybe for me, I didn't know what open source meant when I started in crypto. I was like, what does this even matter? But as you spend time here, you do realize how important it is. And the last thing I'll say as well is I have been a Trezor customer since 2019, and I've started in March of this year, but just seeing how this thought process is prevalent in the company. Like with every partner that we're choosing, like the question is, are they open source? It's like, no, well then, let's look at the open source options first, and then, you know what I mean? So it's from top to bottom.
Well, thanks for joining us and sharing all of this about Trezor. I'm sure there's some new products coming out in future that we should be looking out for. And check out the Trezor Safe 3 and 5 available in stores now, right?
Yes.
Yep. So thanks a lot, Keith. Pleasure to have you here.